Something I need you to know right before you reach for your next snack. One of my patients was doing everything right. She walked every morning. She took her medications faithfully. She was proud of how carefully she ate. And every afternoon, she had a small bowl of almonds, just a handful, because she'd read they were good for the heart. Within 6 months, her potassium levels were dangerously high. Her kidney function had dropped, and she had no idea the almonds were a major reason why. That story isn't rare. I hear versions of it every single week. I'm Dr. Grace Wells, kidney and diabetes health educator for older adults. And I want to be honest with you today because I think you deserve someone who gives you the full picture. Not just the headline, not just eat healthy, the specific truth about which foods your kidneys need right now, and which ones are quietly making their job much harder. After 60, your kidneys change, silently, without warning you, and foods that are perfectly safe for a 40-year-old can become a real problem for you. Even foods that feel healthy. Even foods your doctor hasn't mentioned yet. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 nuts that genuinely support aging kidneys and 2 very popular ones that may be doing more harm than you realize. Stay with me through all of it because the 2 dangerous ones are probably in your kitchen right now. Why aging kidneys play by different rules. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your body, because once you understand this, every food choice starts to make sense. Your kidneys are filtering machines. Every single minute, they clean nearly half a cup of blood, removing waste, balancing minerals, keeping your entire system stable. When you were younger, they handled small excesses without any trouble. But after 60, that filtering capacity naturally begins to decline. It doesn't mean something is wrong. It just means the system has less room for error. 3 minerals matter most: sodium, potassium, and phosphorus. Too much potassium and your heart rhythm becomes unpredictable. In serious cases, dangerously so. Too much phosphorus and it pulls calcium straight out of your bones, making them more fragile, while depositing that calcium into your blood vessel walls, making them stiff and narrow. That raises your risk of stroke and heart attack significantly. Too much sodium raises blood pressure and causes fluid to accumulate in your legs, your feet, your lungs. And here's what most people are never told. Foods labeled as healthy can carry these minerals in amounts that are simply too high for aging kidneys. It has nothing to do with eating badly or not trying. It's about knowing which healthy foods are right for you, at your age, with your kidneys. This matters even more for people managing both kidney concerns and diabetes, which is more common than most people realize. Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney disease worldwide. If you're dealing with both, what you eat carries double the weight. This isn't about giving up foods you love, it's about making smarter choices within the foods available to you. Let's start with the 4 that are genuinely working for you. Number 1, macadamia nuts. If I could only recommend one nut for aging kidneys, it would be this one. Macadamia nuts, 1 ounce contains approximately 104 milligrams of potassium and just 53 milligrams of phosphorus. Those are among the lowest numbers of any nut you'll find on the shelf. For kidneys that are already working harder, those numbers matter enormously. But what makes macadamia nuts truly stand out isn't only what they don't contain, it's what they do. Nearly 17 of their 22 grams of fat per serving come from monounsaturated fats, the same heart-protective fat found in olive oil. These fats lower LDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation in blood vessels, and actively support circulation to the kidneys. You aren't just avoiding harm, you're actively protecting yourself. For anyone managing both heart disease and kidney health, which frequently go together, macadamia nuts offer what I call double protection. 1 small daily decision, 2 significant benefits. They're also lower in protein than most other nuts. That matters because protein metabolism creates waste products your kidneys must filter. A lighter protein load means a lighter burden on them. Portion size, a small handful, about a quarter cup or 28 grams. Always choose unsalted. A salted version adds enough sodium to undo every benefit in a single sitting. Think of macadamia nuts as the kindest option in the nut family for aging kidneys. Creamy, satisfying, and genuinely gentle. The next one is different, and if inflammation is part of your health picture, especially with diabetes, this one is particularly important. Number 2, walnuts. Walnuts aren't glamorous. They don't get much attention. You might walk right past them at the store, but for aging kidneys, especially when inflammation is involved, walnuts may be one of the most quietly powerful foods available to you. 1 ounce, about 14 halves, contains roughly 125 milligrams of potassium and 98 milligrams of phosphorus. Those numbers are low enough to be safe for most seniors when eaten in moderate amounts. But the reason walnuts genuinely earn their place here is their omega-3 content. A single serving delivers over 2.5 grams of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that very few foods provide at this level. And here is why that matters so much. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden engines driving kidney decline. It damages blood vessels. It makes blood pressure harder to control. It accelerates the natural aging of kidney tissue. Omega-3 fatty acids directly address that process. They help quiet the inflammation before it does lasting damage. For my patients managing kidney health and diabetes together, this benefit is especially significant. Diabetes creates a sustained environment of low-grade inflammation throughout the body. Walnuts help counter that steadily every day. They also improve blood vessel flexibility and reduce LDL cholesterol, benefits that ripple far beyond kidney health alone. Practical note, 14 halves is your portion. Choose plain or lightly roasted, not candied, not salted, not coated in anything. Those versions cancel every benefit. Add them to oatmeal, toss them in a salad, keep a small jar in the kitchen. It takes almost no effort, and the long-term return is real. Walnuts remind me of something I often tell my patients. The most protective things are rarely complicated, they're just consistent. Number 3, pecans. You probably associate pecans with something indulgent, holiday pies, dessert, the last thing you'd expect a kidney health educator to recommend. But pecans, in their natural form, are genuinely one of the most kidney-friendly choices you have access to. Their mineral profile is impressively low, approximately 116 milligrams of potassium and just 79 milligrams of phosphorus per ounce, lower than walnuts, lower than almonds, lower than pistachios, and they bring fiber with them, about 3 grams per ounce. Fiber slows sugar absorption, which is particularly valuable when you're managing blood glucose alongside kidney health. It also supports digestion and helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels across time. Here's something most people don't know about pecans. The phosphorus on the label is less concerning than it appears. Much of it is chemically bound to phytate, a compound the human body can't fully break down. Only a portion of the labeled phosphorus actually enters your bloodstream. That's a very different situation from processed foods, which contain phosphate additives that are absorbed almost completely. Whole foods win, every time. The form matters. Raw or lightly roasted pecans are what you want. Candied versions, pecan pie, anything with added sugar or butter. Those cancel out every benefit and add their own problems. About 15 halves is your target portion. Add them to a salad. Mix them into a small homemade trail mix. They add real richness without asking much of your kidneys. Now, the fourth option on this list surprises almost everyone. It's not technically a nut, but for one specific kidney problem, it may be the most important food I mentioned today. Number 4, pumpkin seeds. Most people would never put pumpkin seeds on a kidney health list, but they belong there. Pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas, have a phosphorus level that is almost shockingly low, just 15 milligrams per ounce. Compare that to almonds at over 130 milligrams per ounce, or pistachios at around 139. The gap is enormous. Their potassium is also modest, about 147 milligrams per ounce. For someone dealing with elevated phosphorus, a common challenge as kidney function naturally declines with age, pumpkin seeds offer something rare, satisfying crunch and real nutrition without the mineral burden. Here's why controlling phosphorus is so critical after 60. When aging kidneys can't clear it efficiently, excess phosphorus pulls calcium from bones, making them more fragile. It then deposits that calcium into artery walls, making them rigid. That raises the risk of stroke, heart attack, and serious fractures. Beyond their mineral numbers, pumpkin seeds provide light protein, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, nutrients that support immune function and help regulate blood pressure. And here's something I appreciate about them. They carry warmth, roasting them in autumn, sharing them with grandchildren. They're connected to seasons and memories. You can keep that. Just skip the heavily salted or sugar-coated versions sold in most stores. A small handful, about a quarter cup, is your portion. Sprinkle them on oatmeal. Toss them into a salad. Mix them into trail mix with a few pecans and dried cranberries. Small, simple, and genuinely protective. Now, we need to talk about the two nuts that millions of seniors are eating every day. Feeling good about it, not knowing the risk they're carrying. This is the most important part of this video. Please stay with me. The two to treat with caution: almonds and pistachios. Think about the last time you reached for a snack and felt good about your choice. For a huge number of people I speak with, that snack is almonds. Bought in bulk, kept in a bowl on the counter. They've read that almonds support heart health. They believe it. And for the general population, that's mostly accurate. But for aging kidneys, almonds present what I call a triple concern. 1 ounce contains around 208 milligrams of potassium and 136 milligrams of phosphorus, significantly higher than macadamia, pecans, or pumpkin seeds. But the third factor is what makes almonds particularly risky for kidney health specifically: oxalates. Almonds are high in oxalates, compounds that bind with calcium in the urine to form crystals. Those crystals become kidney stones. And kidney stones are not simply painful. They cause lasting damage to kidney tissue, especially in kidneys already operating at a reduced capacity. If you have any history of kidney stones, almonds should not be a daily food. Even without that history, the combination of elevated potassium, phosphorus, and oxalates adds a consistent strain that aging kidneys should not be carrying routinely. Now let's talk about pistachios. And this one catches people completely off guard. Pistachios are marketed as a light, fun, casual snack, easy to crack open, easy to keep eating, and that casual quality is exactly the problem. 1 ounce contains approximately 291 milligrams of potassium, nearly 3 times the amount in macadamia nuts. For someone on a low potassium diet, a single relaxed handful can account for a significant portion of your entire day's allowance, in just a few minutes, without you even noticing. Their phosphorus, around 139 milligrams per ounce, adds to that burden further. The real danger with pistachios isn't the first few, it's the habit. You crack one, then another, then another. It's designed to be eaten continuously, and before long, a portion has tripled, and with it, the potassium your kidneys need to process. When potassium builds up too high, heart rhythms become irregular. In serious cases, the consequences are dangerous. I want to be clear. Almonds and pistachios are not harmful foods for everyone. For people without kidney concerns, they carry genuine nutritional value. But for you, after 60, with kidneys that are naturally working harder, they deserve a level of caution that most people simply haven't been given. Treat them as occasional, not daily. And when you want something satisfying to reach for instead, macadamia nuts, pecans, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds are all waiting. What I want you to walk away with 4 nuts genuinely support aging kidneys after 60: macadamia, walnuts, pecans, and pumpkin seeds. Each brings something specific: low mineral levels, anti-inflammatory fats, fiber, or rare phosphorus protection. Together, they give you real options for every day, every meal, every season. 2 popular nuts, almonds and pistachios, carry risks that most seniors have simply never been told about. Not because they're terrible foods for everyone, but because after 60, the rules change and no one warned you, that's what I want to change. Your kidneys work every single day, silently, without asking for anything in return. They don't complain. They don't send you warning signs, not until the stress has become significant. But they can stay strong. With the right information and small, consistent choices, you can protect them for years ahead. What you put on your plate isn't just food anymore. After 60, it is one of the most powerful forms of protection you have. The freedom to travel, to sit at a family dinner without fear, to wake up with real energy. It all connects to choices exactly like this one. If something in this video surprised you, even just one thing, I'd genuinely love to know what it was. Leave it in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. And if someone you care about is eating almonds or pistachios every day without knowing the risk, share this video with them. That single small act could make a real difference in someone's health. I'm Dr. Grace Wells. Thank you for taking care of yourself today. I'll see you in the next one.